All right, welcome everybody. Today is July 29. This is the SIG Compute weekly meeting. Um, please add your name to the attendees list if you haven't already. Uh, Let me paste a link to the document in the chat. Um, all right, if anyone here is new today, now is the time to introduce yourself. Uh, I think I recognize all the names, but just in case. All right. Um, for now, I don't see any agenda item, but we have two open floor ones. So, uh, Asif, I guess we can start with you.
Hello.
Hi.
Can everyone hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I will start. So I was just looking for some advice regarding my PR. So what this PR does is the previous version of this PR already merged part three. I'll call it. Uh, used some floats on the wire. So while transferring data from word handler to word launcher, migration options past floats. In the previous PR, Eddie pointed out that floats with their uh, specifications, um, they might have like precision loss, and usually technically it's not good practice to use floats on the wire. Uh, but the previous version, it was like code freeze, code freeze time. So I was given an exception that okay, we'll merge it for now, but fix it later. So this is later. This is me trying to fix it. But as I was working on this PR, I realized that this will cause backward compatibility issues. Technically, the feature is alpha, so maybe this is acceptable. But in essence, we have like three options that I could come up with. Maybe someone has more if they'd like to add. So first option is keep everything as is and just change the types, right? Like so as you can see over here, I'm changing the types from like completion timeout factor goes from float 64 to quantity. Just change it and document it that you cannot have this feature gate enabled during cluster upgrade or it will fail. And because this is alpha, maybe this is fine. Or you could just unconditionally disable the feature gate during a cluster upgrade. So that's one option. The other option is don't mess with this. Uh, I know Eddie is in this call. Eddie did point out floating point precision comment, but in practice, if I look at all the places where the floats are used, I don't think it would cause any issues if there is some precision loss. So one option is just to not change the floats and just let it be. And the third option is a little bit more complicated. We could implement some kind of legacy encoding mechanism. I see Vert Launcher supports a versioning field in its schema, so you could possibly use that to make it such that you'd have a cleaner upgrade path even with the feature gate enabled. But given this is alpha, I'm not sure if it would be worth the effort. So I'm here for advice.
I think I uh, I think this is the case that with alpha you can do whatever you want. We don't have backward compatibility requirements. It's actually the point of the alpha. But my question is it your problem is between VTender and Vit Launcher, the gRPC thing,
Yes.
or okay? But that one, it's as you said, it's version. Every time if you'll change it, it will just increment it. You will not. And actually, this ones, if I'm not mistaken, one of the things that we solved there was that for example, the VMI itself or the spec itself is serialized, but maybe these were added as fields of the protobuf. That's the problem.
I mean, these fields do automatically get serialized. but the problem is when during a cluster upgrade you have a new vert handler, and that when that migrates old vert launcher to new vert launcher, old vert launcher will try to encode thinking like it'll try to encode or sorry, it would be expecting to receive floats for those fields. But
Yeah.
when like the schema when it doesn't receive a float, it receives a string instead. The migration would fail.
Yeah. So we're back to the number one. This is the exact reason you wanted alpha to be able to do this breaking stuff. So unless you have some really strong reason not to do it, I don't say it. You can freely break everything. You can even remove it, everything, and create again.
Okay, fair enough. I was just so like my thought process was maybe it's better not to break it, like if especially downstream people start consuming this feature, because my understanding is this feature is important in the sense that a good amount of users are complaining with like not having any stall detection. But it's true. It's alpha. We can break it. I think I'll keep it as is until someone complains.
The maybe the thing that we could consider is that maybe this information should not be added to. I mean, this is something that I saw a few years back. The protocol between the virt handler and virt launcher, with in this regard, is has this gRPC thing. It's problematic if we are not serializing it in a raw data thing. Like, for example, the VMI. This is what I remember, that the VMI spec itself is not like its fields are not version. It's just raw data that is serialized on the other side as is. So serialize and deserialize, I mean. So I think we should do the this for most of the things and not use not no not because this feature gate problem will appear in the future in other places, already appears, and we don't want to have this thing annoying us, I guess. So maybe that's not related to your specific web, but it could be an improvement to change this thing there in the protocol. I hope
Okay,
I was not I was clear. I don't know.
okay. Maybe I could just take another look at it and create an issue on uh in Kubert. So if someone wants to tackle it, just so we don't forget about this.
So I think we have one more option here um, that can be used to achieve both backward compatibility and still migrate the fields. Um, you could introduce duplicate additional fields that are in the right format and then spread out removal of the older field in two releases, right? So for example, the next release introduces a duplicate field. The new duplicate field is optional. So word handler, newer word handler will use that. Older word handler will rely on the older fields. Then like things will continue to work, and once every user has upgraded, the older fields can be removed. We have used this technique in the past to go through grpc upgrades that have breaking changes, but that was for a non-alpha feature. So I'm not sure if this effort is worth it for alpha feature.
Yeah, exactly. What you described is what we do for stable API. I don't think we need to bother here.
Yeah, so is the recommendation to break and move to newer fields?
Yeah, that's. I think that's what Eddie was saying, and I agree. We can just change the type and break stuff. Yeah.
Uh,
Um, that's the risk you take if you consume alpha features. Okay, cool. Next point is Eddie.
Yeah, it's actually connected well with the previous one. Um, so I think this started the idea of this having an API guideline when working with KubeVirt. Started when Ali and me participated in that old SIG API, and we tried to come with some rules. And because I'm seeing a lot of things happening more and more at a higher pace, I thought I had the time to play with this a little bit and consume all the information and try to organize it. So it will be great if you'll have time to look at it and add your ideas, maybe um, add stuff. Maybe you want to remove stuff because there is no agreement. Exactly. Some of the things are opinionated, I guess, but most of it was consumed from Kubernetes ideas and with the acknowledgement that we already have some differences in the project. So it mentions it. So in general, it's about how when you introduce a new feature or a new API, what things you should do or not do. For example, that float or uint thing that is not that recommended. And hopefully, if this will be agreed at some level, and then we can source it to AI agents. So it will help people. You can source it for when you create a PR or change, and we can give it to agents that are can be triggered for a review, automatic review, and will give like have some protection or warning about this.
Go ahead, Asif.
Um, this new design guideline is great. This reminded me. We have a rule in KubeVirt, right? That all like new BEPs adding new features, they all need to be all the code that they add needs to be guarded by a feature gate. But technically, like in our docs, this isn't documented, at least not to my knowledge when I was looking through the docs. So maybe this is something we can add here too, again, to your point of helping out the AI agents as well, that this is a rule, all new code for like major new features needs a feature gate.
Yeah, it could be considered. Yeah, but although this sounds like part of isn't it part of the if a yeah, it's part of if a feature gate needs to control it or not or something like that. I don't. Maybe it's even here because there is like this one, this guideline. It's somehow entangled, or I don't know if it was triggered because I created a web, or the web was created because of this one. I don't remember. But there is another web that identified that we have, for example, conditions. I didn't put a link here. I don't know where that web is, but we have like conditions, and the condition in KubeVirt are not in sync with the condition that Kubernetes has, like their format, which is more standard with tools. Um, so there, for example, it is mentioned what you just said. Like it's actually there. It's interesting because you are changing the struct. You want to embed the struct or something like that. So that one is not feature gated. only the content of it's feature gated. So it's an interesting topic, I would say. I don't remember if it's here or not. But yes, we could add it as well.
Also, Asif, will you review this document?
Right, I did mark it down to be reviewed, although I don't think I will get to it this week.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. I'll try to have a look too. Same thing, probably not this week. Okay. Do we have? I think that's pretty much the end of the agenda. The web tracker has not been updated to 110. Yeah, let's look at the webs next week. Does anybody have anything else to discuss?
But I think that will be useful that any verbs that are active will be pushed through this meeting, or like if there are compute things should be pushed here. So it will be tracked. Something
Yeah,
like that, right?
I would hope that if webs need discussion, then the authors would add them to the agenda. But yeah, we need. You're right. We need to look at the 110 webs as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, I mean what you just said. I think this should be our strategy, and only if we have time to go over the others.
Right.
Like if it doesn't have sponsors or someone is pushing them, it will not just be picked up because it's there. I think it's challenging. But, yeah.
Sounds good. Again, any other topic?
Hey guys, I have one last minute topic. Um, so in the past for the DRA work, we have moved the DRA work into multiple different webs, and one of the webs was CPU DRA integration. That was pushed so we can focus on GPU and host devices. But for the upcoming release 110, Shrija and I will be looking at adding CPU DRA support. In the past, Itamar has sponsored reviews for that. I'm not sure if someone else would be interested in this release cycle. So just wanted to give you a heads up that that is coming. If anyone is interested on the review side, please put the comment on the web or ping us. Um, happy to receive help on that side.
Yeah, hi, it's Igor. So sure, I would like to take a look at this, and I also know other people that would like also to participate in this, so I will ping them as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, CPU DRA is something we desperately need. I think a lot of people would be excited by that. All right. Well, thanks everybody for attending, and see you next week.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Oh.